Hello. We're gonna wait 2 minutes and then we're gonna start. Hello. Just another minute and we're gonna start. All right, so hello, super learners. Today we have a new story about a clever cat named Felix. Felix wasn't just any cat, he was a detective. And today he had his most important case yet. Let me show you Felix the cat. Here he is. So, his favorite thing in the whole world was a ball of super soft red yarn. He loved to bat it across the floor and chase it. But one morning, he woke up and it was gone. Oh no! Where do you think the yarn ball could be? It could be under the sofa. What else it could be? In the kitchen. It could be in the kitchen. Or it could be under the bed. Good guesses, everyone. So Felix put on his thinking cap and he decided to search the house from top to bottom. First, he looked in the living room. He peeked behind the curtains. He found a dusty old toy mouse, but no yarn. He looked under the sofa. He found a lost sock, but no yarn. Where should Felix look next? The kitchen or the bedroom? Felix decided to go to the bedroom. He jumped on top of the big soft bed. He looked under the pillow. Nothing. Just then, he saw something shiny under the bed. It was very shiny. It was beautiful. Was it his yarn? He crawled under the bed and saw it wasn't yarn. It was a jingle bell. It had fallen off his collar. Jingle, jingle, he battled it for a second before remembering his mission. Next, Felix went to the kitchen. This was a dangerous place for a detective because the big dog, Buster, was sleeping on his rug. Felix tiptoed as quietly as he could. He looked inside a low cabinet that was slightly open. He saw pots and pans, but no yarn. He was about to give up when he saw something under the kitchen table. What do you think he saw under the kitchen table? Maybe, but he saw a tiny piece of yarn, a tiny piece of a red string that was caught on the table leg. What does this clue mean? Yes, it means that the yarn was there, but it's not all of it there. So, this was the break in the case. Felix had to follow the string. Felix followed it and it led him down the hallway and under a closet door. The door was closed, but Felix could see a little red string coming from underneath it. He meowed loudly for help. His human Lily heard him. Meow, meow, meow. And she came and opened the closet door. And there it was! The yarn ball had fallen off his shelf and gotten all tangled up with a scarf and a shoelace. It was a messy but wonderful sight. Felix had solved the mystery. He purred loudly and rubbed against Lily's legs as she untangled his favorite toy. That night, Felix curled up in his cozy bed, the red yarn ball safe beside him. He was a successful detective. His home was safe once more. Can you find something red in your room like Felix's yarn? Show it to me. Go ahead and look for something red. Good job, everyone. Good job. So Felix found his red yarn ball, but that's not the end of the story. The mystery was about to get even bigger. When Felix woke up, he was so happy. He had the red yarn ball with him. He batted it around the living room, pounced, rolled, chased. But as he played with it, he noticed something strange. Woven right into the yarn were things that definitely did not belong. There was a crunchy orange leaf, there was a tiny white feather, and there was a shiny blue button. What does these clues tell us? Where has the yarn ball been? What do you think? Maybe it was outside because there's a tree leaf in it. Maybe a bird was playing in it or playing with it because there was a white feather in it. So Felix's detective instincts kicked in. This wasn't just a case of a lost toy. His yarn ball had been on an adventure without him. He had to find out how. First, he followed the clues. The leaf was from the oak tree in the backyard. The feather was from the little sparrows that visited the garden. But the button, that was a mystery. He needed to interview a witness. The only one who was always watching from the window was Polly, the wise old parrot in her cage. What do you think should Felix do? Yes, he should go ask Polly. But what questions should he ask? He can ask, Polly, what did you see? Or Polly, who took the yarn? Felix meowed up at Polly's cage. Meow, meow. Polly cocked her head and squawked. Sneaky, sneaky in the night. Black shadow with bright eyes took the shiny thing. A black shadow with bright eyes? This was a great clue. What could it be? Another cat or something else? What do you think? It could be. It could be the dog. Very good. Just then, Felix heard a tiny giggle coming from behind the bookshelf. He crept closer, his tail twitching. He peeked behind it and found a small hidden mouse hole. And sitting right in front of it was another clue, a second shiny blue button. He had found the culprit's hideout. Felix didn't want to scare the culprit, but he had an idea. He gently rolled his yarn ball with the first blue button right up to the mouse hole. Then he hid behind the curtain to wait. A few minutes later, a little nose twitching out of the hole. Then a tiny mouse with bright, curious eyes emerged. She saw the second button and tried to pick it up, but her paws were full of more red yarn. She had been building a super cozy soft nest inside the wall. What do you think is the nest for? She could be sleeping in it, but she maybe has babies. Maybe the nest is for her babies. She saw Felix and froze in fear. She didn't move, she froze. But Felix just let out a soft, friendly meow. That meant it's okay. The mouse, whose name was Squeaky, explained in tiny squeaks that she had borrowed the yarn one night to make her baby's bed extra soft, so she has babies and the nest is for her babies. She had found the buttons and thought they were beautiful. She was sorry for taking it without asking. Felix wasn't angry. He was impressed by her cozy nest. He decided to share his yarn. He used his claws to carefully cut the yarn in two. He kept one half and he pushed the other half with the blue buttons towards Squeaky as a gift. Was that a nice thing for Felix to do? To share the red yarn with the mouse? Yes. Why is it a nice thing to do? Very good, because it is kind. It is something kind to do. And it is very nice to share with others. Squeaky was so happy. She promised they could be friends. That night, Felix curled up in his bed with his half of the yarn. In the wall, Squeaky and her babies slept warmly in theirs. Felix wasn't just a detective who solved the mystery. He was a detective who made a new friend. How do you share with your friends? What do you share with them? You let them use your pencil if they don't have some? Very good. You let them use your coloring pencils, yeah, to color when they don't have any. Maybe you can share a snack sometime. Very good. And how do you share with your family, your parents, your sisters, your brothers? Yes, you share your toys with them. And you share a good meal. Yes, very good. You see, the best mysteries end with friendship. Very good. Good job, everyone. And I hope you enjoyed the story of Felix the cat and Squeaky the mouse. Good job, and see you next time with a new story. Bye.